Blend is the Morning Blend Summer Series, which means, which means,
Which what does it mean? I don't know what it means.
which means we're out of the studio and on location. That's what it means.
It means, technical difficulties is what it means.
Hey, yeah, we were working out some stuff this morning, y'all. I tell you. So today we are here at CC's Coffee House. I don't know if that graphic, if you can see that. You can see the bottom part of it. Yeah, we're at CC's Coffee House here in Monroe, and we are sitting here with Tim Allen, co-owner of this fabulous place. Welcome, Tim, to the LA Delta Morning Blend broadcast. Do you know you're the very first external guest who is gracing the seat of the Morning Blend?
I appreciate it very much, and CC's appreciates it, so
Well,
we're glad you are here.
and we appreciate you. Now, Tim isn't just another business owner here in the city of Monroe. Tim is also a staunch supporter of Louisiana Delta Community College and has been for an extremely long time. So it's only fitting that you all are the first guest on the show.
We appreciate that. Y'all do a lot of good, and we've worked with Louisiana Delta for many years, and actually helped y'all with some of your accounting at year end, and y'all do a lot for the community, changing lives for a lot of students and their families and so forth. So we're happy to welcome you to our CC's location here on Tower Drive.
Thank you. And you said something. You've helped us with some of our accounting. Tim actually has an accounting business right across the street here on Tower.
Awesome.
Alan Green and Williamson's right here on Tower Drive.
That's it. So if you folks are listening and you need some accounting help. So Tim, tell us a little bit about that. So do you help individuals or do you only help businesses? What's the scope of your clientele?
We actually do both. The majority of the work we do is services to governments, either audit work or compilation work or attestation work, which is basically audit work. But we either help them with that or help them with just their accounting. If we do the audit, we can't do the accounting, so we do one or the other one. But we help Louisiana Delta with their accounting for compiling their annual financial report, etc. But the majority of the work we do is services to governments, but we also have a nice practice for taxation and accounting for individuals and corporate entities, and we do tax returns, income tax returns, payroll, and bookkeeping work, etc. So we have about 20 people in the firm, and we have 8 or 9 CPAs, and we've been on Tower Drive now since 2018, and the business has been in existence for 32 years at this point. So,
Wow.
we enjoy it. We enjoy helping people, helping them accomplish their goals.
Yeah, I don't know very many people who like the numbers part of business unless it's revenue.
Right.
I see that
Profit.
That's right.
Yeah.
That profit coming in, you're absolutely right about that. So this is not my first time to CC's at all. And one of my favorite things to get, y'all, is this spinach and feta croissant, which is what I'm having this morning. Check that out. It's so yummy. And I'm going to share another one of my favorites a little bit later in the show when we talk about sweet treats and eats.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I will talk about real quick also what I got. I just have a plain black coffee, and I got the medium roast. It is really good. I needed it this morning. And
Cameron and her caffeine.
yes. And I'm skipping lunch to eat this, Jake, so don't be calling me out. But I got a cinnamon roll
Oh, and it looks
for
yummy.
breakfast.
Oh, look at you.
It smells real good.
Low fat.
Hey, low fat. Do you hear that, Jake? It is low fat. So
She can think about lunch but still not eat lunch.
I'll think about it. I'll just have it cross my mind a little bit.
There you go. And I do love their hot chocolate, and that's what I'm having this morning. Is a cup of their hot chocolate made with skim milk. So I tried to really be health minded this morning. So
Is that right?
yeah, spinach. How can it? I mean, come on
Nutrition.
now. What? The spinach.
It's a superfood,
There
Ryan.
you go.
Yes.
It's all nutrition.
Yes.
It's wrapped in.
And I did do hot chocolate, but it is made with skim milk.
Hey, look out. Okay, you're doing good things now.
She's
Thank
cutting a
you.
few corners.
Thank
Cutting a
you.
few corners.
All right, so look, our question of the day. Question of the day
Yes,
is what is your favorite summertime activity?
Probably my favorite one is playing golf. I actually played yesterday and do that once a week and usually play about 18 holes. So during tax season, it's not very conducive to playing golf since we're so busy. Anyway, during the summer, it's always good, except towards the end, it kind of gets really hot.
Oh,
That's right.
yeah.
I can
Hard to
imagine.
play, so you need to play early if that's the case. But
And
probably
18
playing
holes too. That's a long day.
It is, but it takes up at least about a half the day. So
Yeah.
usually play over at Black Bear, and so it's, takes a little while time to drive over there and play and come back, etc. But it's enjoyable. Get a little exercise. Get
Oh, I
out of
bet.
get out of the office, which with accounting and taxes, you're kind of in the office working. So getting out of the office and being in the sun, etc. It's
That's
enjoyable to me.
good.
So
So how's your golf game?
well. I told someone the other day I shot par, but I didn't keep the score.
Well, your golf game is way better than mine. I don't even belong out there on the course.
I started late in life playing golf, and so
It is what it is.
Still need a lot of improvements.
Now, putt-putt is a different story.
I like putt putt.
Oh yeah, I
play
can do
putt-putt.
that. I can
Yeah.
do that.
All right, Cameron, you?
My favorite summer activity is probably between two. I really like to go swimming. My parents have a pool, and so I like to go over there and use their pool and be like, "Hey, mom, hey, dad," you know. And sometimes they're cooking something, so I can stick around for that too.
What I tell you, they don't go away.
They keep coming back.
Yeah. And so that's probably definitely one of my favorites. And then I also like to go to the movies with my fiance. We love going to see a movie, getting popcorn. And
Let's do it. Let's do it. She's engaged and she's going to be married in October. So every chance she gets to plug that fact that she's engaged,
I like to talk about it.
She's excited.
But yes, so those are probably my two favorite, like kind of simple summer activities. Turn your brain off, take a break, from work and all that.
You know, you stole mine, Cameron, because movies is something that me and my family do a lot in the summer.
Aw.
Especially when the Avengers series was out, every summer
Oh,
you would see
yeah.
a blockbuster.
Some superhero
Thor,
movie.
Captain America, Black Panther, somebody was
Yeah.
out. So we've always been ones that have gone and seen movies in the summertime.
Mm-hmm.
But when you asked the question, it made me think back to childhood and the
Uh-huh.
lemonade stands and the slip and
yeah.
slides and
Ice cream truck, man.
the ice cream truck. Right, all those things, and I wouldn't turn that down necessarily as an adult either. So I think it's important to remember ourselves and what we used to do, and
Yeah.
maybe live that out a little bit every now and then in the summer too.
My husband and I were talking about the ice cream truck yesterday because we were talking about being kids and the things that we did in the summer. And I remember chasing that ice cream truck for many a days. But it's like when you would hear that ice cream truck, that music, it's like a little puppies. Your ears would stand up, boy, and you would be trying to
Drop everything.
and trying to find all your quarters and nickels and dimes and run
Yeah.
out there to chase that ice cream truck down and get your favorite treat, whatever it was. My adult favorite thing to do in the summer is grill. I love to grill. For me, it's therapeutic. It's me and that grill and that meat, man. And
It's usually the guys grill, but you like to get out there and grill.
I do the grilling.
Okay.
If you're broadcasting that, Delta's gonna start making you grill for events
Grill
and
and
stuff.
chill. Okay. How about you? Competition
I'm
with Frank
hard
Bean?
look, I'm hard on that chill part for that. Yeah, but I do love to grill, and so that's my favorite summertime activity. Having a little chest out next to me outside, that would be great too, with something to drink in it, stay refreshed. But yeah, that's it.
I think the eating part's better than the grilling part, isn't it?
I do that all throughout, and it's funny because when it's really time to eat, I'm not hungry.
So when my dad bowls crawfish, that's how he is too. He doesn't want to eat afterwards because he's been smelling it and kind of tasting them throughout.
Right.
So he's kind of
Right.
full by the time.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Well, that's good. So, those of you who are listening, why don't you drop it in the box? Let us know what's your favorite summertime activity. We'd love to hear.
And we know y'all are having a little trouble hearing us right now, and that's okay. A little technical difficulty, but like Darian said, please drop in the chat what's your favorite summertime activity. We'd be happy to hear it.
Yeah, we want to hear from you guys this morning. All right, Mr. Tim. Look, that was a short 15 seconds, y'all. He thought he was only going to be on for 15 seconds.
Probably Darren misrepresented that, didn't she?
Just a little
Reframed
bit.
it. Reframe it.
Reframed. Reframed it. We thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you.
And you guys remember, for all of your, sound like a commercial. I am. For all of your tax needs or your tax needs, period, bookkeeping, remember, shop local, do local. And when you're ready for a good cup of coffee, or hot chocolate in my case,
Yes.
with skim
With
milk,
skim
they
milk.
cater it. Yeah, they cater it to your taste, however you want it. You know, come here and hang out. They have fat-free or low-fat cinnamon rolls and healthy spinach.
Wait,
and
there's a low
feta
fat cinnamon
croissant.
roll? Oh, that's right, you did say that.
Yeah, that's what Cameron's having. Come on, Ryan.
We could
Okay,
probably
all right.
fantasize about that.
That's right, that's right.
Yeah, when you're ready for a sweet treat or a hot drink or a cold drink, I'm going to show you guys later what's my favorite cold drink here. Come on over to CC's. All right, Tim. Thank you.
Appreciate y'all, and I'm glad y'all chose us this morning.
Thank you. All right, so guys, look, we have someone else joining us this morning.
Is that right?
We
Hello.
do. We
Who's
do.
that?
We
Yeah,
do.
As she comes to the stage, whose idea was this to go on location anyway? What's the deal with the whole summertime theme and us being in different places? What's going on with that, Darian?
Well, was it me or was it us?
I'm just wondering.
We're a
like,
team. We're a
Where,
team.
but yeah, yeah. So we thought, people, while Ryan's trying to roll it over onto me, we thought it would be great to get out of our office, to get out of the studio, and to actually go and support our local businesses and sit in, eat the food, which we love to do. It was really an excuse to eat. And talk about all things local. Which, speaking of all things local,
Well, look at that segue.
welcome Sheila Snow.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
welcome
you.
with Sheila's. Welcome to Sheila Snow. Sheila is here with us.
I thought you
but
were going to say it's the Sheila Show.
It's the
Whoa.
Sheila Snow Show. Try
that
saying
works.
that, Sheila
That
Snow
works.
Show.
I'll take it. And I fully support anything that gets you out in the community eating food and drinking coffee.
I
So
wonder why, Sheila. Where are you from? Who do you work for?
I am with Discover Monroe West Monroe, so the local Convention and Visitors Bureau, and it's our job and mission to share the story of all the great things that are happening in our community and get people, visitors and locals alike, out to experience these things. So.
How many times have you heard people say, I didn't know we have that here?
Quite a lot, more than I can count. And it's not, it's not something that's singular to us. I think that happens in a lot of destinations where, when you live here, you really sometimes don't look right at, in your backyard for things to do. And so, we tell people there is always something to do in Monroe, West Monroe.
So I know that you all try your best to keep up with all the things.
All the
So
things.
would you share with our audience where all the things are located?
Yeah. So we've got a lot of great events coming up in June. I really, kind of when I was looking through it, it's almost like the month of live music. There's so many great live music shows happening. But in the next couple of weeks, we've got some really fun things happening. The New Music on the Bayou Festival. It's something that they bring back every year in June, and they kind of move around to different venues in not only Ouachita Parish, but Lincoln Parish. And so this is composers and performers that get together and create new music and play at different venues like Black Bayou, the Master Museum, the Beadenhurst Museum and
Really?
Gardens, yes. And then in Ruston, they're going to be at the Dixie Center for the Arts and Louisiana Tech and some other places over there. So it's happening. They've got all kinds of shows from June 5th to June 8th throughout all those days. And so it's a really, really great experience. If you love music, you really need to check that one out.
And where is that now? It's in Ouachita Parish. It's located.
It's in Ouachita Parish. They're going to be at the Master Museum, Beadenhorn, Flying Tiger, They're also going to be at Black Bayou National Wildlife Refuge and Beatonhorn Recital Hall in ULM. So,
Okay.
Wonderful.
All right. So don't say, well, we don't know where and what dates. We're going to tell you where you can find all of this on the Visitors and Conventions Bureau website.
that's right. That's right.
So just
wanna give us
sit
that
back right
URL?
now and enjoy.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and give it to
I'll
you.
type it into the chat.
It's monroe-westmonroe.org. So we have all the details on the events happening, local attractions, local restaurants, and all of that information right there on that website.
But y'all don't go there right now. Go there after the podcast, people.
Stay here.
Stay here. Stay present. Okay, and so what else? That sounds fun. And I'm being one of those people now that I mentioned to you a few minutes ago.
I didn't know that
we
was
did.
happening.
Yes.
This week, of course, is going to be our gallery crawl week. So we have our downtown
Fun.
gallery
Yeah,
crawl
those are
Thursday
fun.
night,
Yeah.
June 6th from 5 to 9. We've got 12 galleries in downtown Monroe and West Monroe
Okay.
that have put together some incredible shows. There's some live music kind of in and out around some of the galleries, food trucks, and then we also have a wagon ride that takes you from both downtown. So we have kind of a little route that they go, so you can park in one area, ride the wagon, and check everything out, and get brought right back to where you were. I will
Fun.
say there is a little bit of construction on Desert right now, but do not let that deter you from getting out and experiencing this because we're working around it.
Okay.
But it's going to be a great time. So that's on Thursday night. And then Saturday, we've got a full day on June 8th of some fun things. The River Market is back from 9 to 1. So,
I remember that
yeah,
too.
so on the second Saturday of every month from March to June, they're doing some shopping and some different things out at the River Market. So from 9 to 1, you can get out there and check that out. And then Thirsty Farmer, one of our vineyards in town out in Calhoun, is having their summer sip and shop. So this is their second wineanniversary, is what they're calling it. So they've been open 2 years now. So they're going to have some really cool merchants out there and makers and things like that, and then some food products you can buy. And then 4 on the Floor is going to be kicking off at 3 o'clock. So a great celebration
Such
for
cool
one of
names.
our local vineyards out there at Thirsty Farmer.
It's a full day, right?
That's
It
a-
really
that is a
is.
full day.
That
Yeah.
sounds like a ton of fun.
And we're not done because rounding it out, have you heard of Strauss's June Tunes? So Strauss Theater is doing, this is the second year they've done it. It's their singer-songwriter showcase. And so they call it June Tunes because it's in June, so it's a fun name. But every Saturday they've got incredible music acts that they've brought in to play. And this year what they've added is local opening acts. So they've got some local bands that'll open,
nice.
some really cool musical acts. The staging is incredible because, of course, it's Strauss, so it's going to be visual. They have an artist painting a live painting, so it's really fun. So this weekend they've got Nikki Hill with opening Bethany Rayburn, and then following that, June 15th, keep it on your calendar, Timothy Wayne and Stephen Paul with opening by Jordan Shepard.
Nice.
June 22nd, we've got Latrania. I think I'm saying that right, with opening act Clown Talk. And then on June 29th, Esther Rose with opening act Clara Ray. So these are some incredible shows, and they've worked
Wow.
really hard on this. So the staging itself, if you've seen the pictures from, they just did their first one this past Saturday, it looks incredible. So it's visual, you're going to hear the music, it's really a great time, and a great organization to get out there and support Strauss Theater.
Yeah, what a great list of events. And if anybody needs to hear it again, when the live stream is over, you can rewind, you can replay it, and you can also go to www.monroe-westmonroe.org
That's it.
to
That's it.
visit the Convention and Visitors Bureau and see all the wonderful things that are happening over
That's
the course
right.
of this week and next and all throughout the
And
summer.
all throughout the summer.
That's right.
So there you have it, people. I mean, there are plenty of things to do, and now you know where to find out what's happening and how to get to it. So yeah, I heard a couple of things that I am really, really interested in. Those June 2, everything that you mentioned has such cool names. Did y'all notice
Yeah,
that?
that's right.
New
Very
music,
good.
June Tunes.
Was it
Yes.
4 more or 4
Four on the Floor.
Four
That's
on
a
the
band
Floor?
name. Yeah.
That is so cool.
We live in a
So
cool
artistic.
place.
Yes, right.
We live in a cool place.
So
for sure.
very artistic. Yeah. Now I did know about the art crawl, but that's about it. Everything else was new information, so that was really good. I learned a lot this morning.
You know,
Awesome.
Sheila, you're getting a lot of love in the chat, by the way. Julie Salter, she says that she loves you.
Oh,
She's
I love
a fellow
Julie.
Leadership Washington graduate
That's
with you.
right, yeah.
And then also Matt Napper says, happy anniversary, Sheila.
Oh, well, thank you, Matt. Thank you, Matt.
Wow.
It is my husband and our 24th anniversary, wedding anniversary.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, all right.
Matt and Julie, you all should be so jealous because our food is so good and our drinks are so good, and this atmosphere is vibing and it is so good.
That's right.
The only thing's not good is probably our sound, but we'll
It's okay.
we'll fix that.
You're not looking
It'll
this way.
buff.
You look everywhere. We're a team. We're a team.
Our sound.
No.
See how people just separate that?
No, we'll be good.
Yes.
We will be good next time.
It's kind of like
All
that.
right.
That's your kid when the kid does something
Yeah,
bad, but
yeah.
it's our kid.
Yeah, that doesn't stop either when they become adults. My husband and I do that all the time still. All of our kids are adults, and we're like, your child needs you to talk to him. I mean, that's always, and you know that they did something wrong. All right, so look,
You gonna
there
save any of that?
is.
Never mind. For me.
We tried, Ryan. We
Look.
tried.
Whoops.
Look,
Okay.
We tried to get you
so
some.
this being summer, and we're from a community college. A summer school segment just seemed right. I mean, it's an opportunity to learn about something. So today, we're going to learn how to pick a perfect watermelon.
This is vital information.
This is vital
I wanna
information.
step out on a limb here and say, y'all, I do not know how to do this, and I'm very excited to learn as a 22-year-old woman, almost 23, how to actually do this.
So we have a graphic? Oh,
Yeah.
wow, look at that.
Ryan, did you not get one? Yeah.
That's okay. Look, I can. This is me.
Oh,
He could
there
just
you go.
steal mine.
So,
There you go.
I think probably the most important. I think that there are two very important pieces of information on here.
Okay.
If it's uniform in size and it's heavy, it's said to be sweet. Y'all, I don't know. I mean, I just go to the produce section and act like I know something I'm knocking on.
Knocking
Yeah,
on it.
I don't know what I'm
Kinda pick
listening
'em
for,
up.
if I'm waiting for it to answer back, or what,
Right.
but it just seems like the thing to do. I don't even know what the knocking is supposed to tell you.
Yeah.
But if it's uniform in size and heavy, it's said to be sweet.
Okay.
Go figure. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so it's, when it says uniform, it means kind of more round, right?
Right.
Because I'm seeing the next one is if it's elongated, it's going to be more watery.
Mm-hmm.
Which I only see long watermelons in Louisiana. Like,
I've seen some round ones.
Yeah.
They tend to be small.
right.
Which to me kind of said, I want a big.
A
If I'm
big
getting a
one.
watermelon, I want a big watermelon.
Exactly.
And they're going to be elongated. But is water bad?
Y'all thought automatically.
I mean, it's watermelon.
It's watermelon.
It doesn't
thought
say
that
it's
was,
not
you know,
sweet,
implied.
so
Yeah, it doesn't say it's not sweet. That's a very good point.
So I guess it's just a little bit more fresh, a little more, watery and moist. So I mean, maybe that's a good thing.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get the feeling we're really not the ones. We really may not be the ones
We might not be the experts on this.
to discuss how to pick a perfect watermelon.
Yes.
We're interpreting. Now, see, here, this one, to me, I would have run from. If it has an orange field spot on it, that means it's full of flavor. See, I would have been thinking, this is probably not a good one.
I would agree with you there. I would think orange. I would be like, that's probably past its prime.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
full of flavor sounds good to me. So
Yeah.
For sure.
Absolutely.
But if that spot is white, it's better stay away from it
Stay
because
away
it
from
says it has little to no taste if it's white. So if it's orange, it's full of flavor. If it's white, it's not right.
Y'all, this is kind of crazy because I'm jumping ahead a little bit. And okay, so I'm looking at the part where it's talking about the webbing
Yeah,
on there.
yeah.
So smaller webbing means it's bland. Larger webbing means it's sweet.
Yes. I mean,
How is that? I feel like I won't be able to tell, even still. I guess like a little bit,
I was
but-
always told something about if the lines are further apart, it's better.
Okay.
So that would make sense to say that the larger webbing, it's sweet.
That makes sense to me.
And so I don't know how far apart they're supposed to be, but I've always heard if they were farther apart, then it's better.
Okay, all right.
Look,
Yeah.
where if it's dark and dull, if the webbing is dark and dull, then that means that it's ripe. There's a lot to remember on picking a watermelon. I mean,
I'm gonna fold this up and put it in my purse, so whenever I go grocery shopping, I have
The
it.
graphic has made it on screen or on air, so
Yes.
they know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
and if it's shiny, that means that it's not right.
It is
So,
not good.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Here's a logical question, y'all. Why should it be that we have to figure this stuff out? Why do they send them to the store if they're not uniform size and heavy with larger webbing, and the webbing isn't dark and dull?
You got me fired up now.
I mean, why do they send all the other ones?
yeah.
Why
That
do
is
they
a good
send the
question.
Whitefield spot? Why make us have to go through this?
Because some people don't know and they're gonna buy them anyway.
Yeah.
Conspiracy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Conspiracies on Morning Blend
Conspiracies.
segment.
Now, but watermelon really does make some nice summer treats. I mean, cold watermelon. You know, actually, that's our next segment, our summer sweets, treats and eats. And I do love a cold watermelon in the summer.
Oh, yeah.
Now the question is, do you put salt on yours?
That's what I was going to say, to salt or not to salt?
Salt.
Salt.
I'll salt it.
So I grew up.
I don't always do that.
I
though.
grew up salting it. As an adult, I don't salt.
My grandfather,
I
he's
do
from
so.
Maryland, and you know when he was alive, that's the only way he would eat his watermelon. Is
Wow.
He'd have just pouring it on. That's what he would do. Every bite. You know, that's okay.
Pouring the salt on it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way I
Sugar.
grew up.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, and it does add some great flavor to it. Now there is another spice. I have a high school friend, and she's Hispanic, and she gave me this little small size bottle of this seasoning. She said that they use to shake on all of their fruit.
Is it the tahine?
Yeah.
Yes.
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 It's a little spicy.
Yeah, but you know, she told me, she said, keep this in your purse, and that way when you're out eating fruit, you can shake it on your fruit. But I tried some of that on corn just because, I don't know why.
Just to try.
And it was great on corn. I mean, just on an ear of corn. I was like, gosh, this is really good. And but I haven't tried it on fruit yet.
Can you give us the spelling? Tahine, you said?
I think it's, is it Tajin?
Yes.
Yes.
When you said that, I remembered that's what
Oh,
that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's really popular. It's not. I mean, I think I was out of the loop on it.
I
but
saw it. I went to a baby shower this weekend and they had it with the fruit.
Oh.
They just had it on the table. So
Do you use it?
I haven't. I'm not a super spicy eater, but my daughter loves all things spice, and so she's used it on some things.
Yeah. I mean, it really does add a it packs a punch of flavor. But I do like it on my corn.
I bet it's good on corn.
It really was. It really was. So, what are y'all's favorite summer treats? Ryan's super healthy. It's probably ice cubes with lemon in it.
you know, I'm gonna go ahead and say, you know, the obvious. I love ice cream. And I love fresh made ice cream with like flavor in it, like peach ice cream. You get fresh peach ice cream, like at the Peach
Yeah.
Festival this past weekend. I know they had it.
Oh, they have some wonderful peach ice cream.
And so I just love like just soft serve, plain, you know, it's so good to me. Or just Bluebell and cobbler. Ooh, cobbler's good.
Cobbler is good, the crust.
Yes.
If you like soft serve ice cream, then you need to check out Indian Village Harvest Farm out in Calhoun.
I've been there.
Have you been there? Have you tried?
Yes.
I've not been there.
She makes
good.
ice cream and makes incredible flavors. You know, seasonal holiday flavors.
I had pumpkin
Um,
flavor when I went in the fall.
Really?
It was delicious.
Pumpkin,
Oh,
sweet
wow.
potato, gingerbread, like in the fall and around Christmas time,
Yeah.
and strawberry. I mean, just all the fruits that they produce. Like she works it in, and it's really tasty ice cream.
Is that in Calhoun?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that's
it's
what I
actually
thought.
right down from Thirsty Farmer Vineyard, so it's not. It's right around the corner from there. But yeah, incredible. She does some really cool flavors.
So it must be open all year round.
Pretty much, yeah. So they do some really fun things there where you can go like pick your own strawberries. They have like a
Yep.
pumpkin patch too, and
Oh,
so it's a
nice.
really cool space.
People, look, there you go. That's another thing. It isn't just the summer. That's another thing that's close by. That's awesome. I'm going to have to
Yes.
check that out. That'd be a great place to take the grands.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yep.
If we're talking favorite summer treats, my really big one, Debbie's snowballs.
Oh, my
You get a snowball and you get it stuffed.
Yes.
And that's where she puts soft serve ice cream directly into that snow. Oh, that is some good stuff.
So
Decadent.
good.
That is some good stuff.
So good.
We might
And
need to
doesn't
stop
she
by.
also do the other stuff with the other treats that she like cake and other stuff that she tacks on to those?
She might. I haven't. I never go past the snow cone with the ice cream in it.
Oh
Gosh,
man,
that
yeah,
sounds so
those,
good.
yeah, that is really, really good.
Yeah.
Because it's after you get past all of the icy goodness, and then you dig down, and you get a scoop of that creamy goodness mixed with that ice. Oh my gosh, it is so good. All right, so I'm gonna step away because I'm gonna show you all what my favorite summertime treat is, while Ryan tells you all about his ice cubes and lemon.
Yeah, so let me, since I have the mic now.
Oh no.
No, yeah, actually Darren's not too far off. Because I'm thinking blueberries and strawberries and things that are ripe at the right
Healthy
time.
food.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like just imagining, or like biting into a good mango or something on the beach, right? Whatever.
There you
that
go.
kind of thing is really good.
It's very refreshing.
Right.
I missed it. What was it?
Fruit.
What did I say?
Anywho, but yeah, so that things that are in season in the summertime are always good. Watermelon too. So there you go.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
had to play the part, right? I have to stick with it.
You keep us motivated, Ryan.
That's right.
And he has an odd number of pieces.
Oh,
So
get out. Stop.
it's
She's
either
telling all the secrets now.
3, 5, or 7 pieces of watermelon.
I'm not the one that like separates my M&Ms into different colors and then counts them out or something like that. I'm gonna do that. Whatever you're saying.
I do like to count, but that's cereal, Ryan. That's not a.
I'm sorry, seriously. Even worse, right? How can you take little fruity
Y'all are
pebbles
even
into-
beefing at Cece's Coffee House.
My Fruit Loops have to go the red's over here, yellow over here in the bowl. They're gonna swim together.
Hey, that's therapeutic.
Self-care.
That's right.
That's self-care.
That's right. And you're supposed to be promoting self-care. Because
That's your job.
It's
That's
the
your job,
politically
Ryan.
correct thing to do, Ryan.
You have an obligation.
That's it. That's it, Mr. B-Tech guy. Okay,
Oh,
so
Matt says Popeye flavor is the king of snow cones.
who?
Is that a real thing?
I guess maybe.
Popeye?
Popeye?
Popeye
Popeye.
flavor.
Popeye.
So,
right?
Matt, you're gonna have to tell us what's in that.
Is that spinach flavored?
Ooh, I don't know, Matt.
I hope
you have
not.
some explaining to do.
Yes.
Yeah, you got some explaining to do on that one. I am eating my dose of spinach today, though. This is
Yeah,
really, really
Matt also
good.
says Yaks on Farmerville Highway between Ruston
Yep.
and Farmerville have amazing peach ice cream in the
Yaks.
summer.
Okay.
Made with their peaches.
And y'all, I want to quickly.
No, y'all, I want to say something.
Oh, okay.
You know when you get peaches fresh, right? In the summertime, right? It's fruit.
That's
We're
right.
talking about fruit.
This is
Just saying.
Oh my gosh. Y'all, are y'all seeing this? Ooh.
That's not fruit.
That's not fruit, no.
Quite the
This-
opposite, actually.
This is called a mocha sippy. And the mocha sippy comes in different flavors. You can get it chocolate, which is what I got. This is chocolate. They also have it in caramel. I think I saw hazelnut, vanilla. And they said that they could also make some other flavors. So,
Is that,
this is sinful, y'all.
Yes.
But you can also get like a lower calorie, less fattening version, which I didn't specify that today.
But now you got
I
this.
should have. But y'all, if you like chocolate, this is a true treat, not just in the summertime,
So-
but even in the wintertime in
That's
the
what I'm
car
saying.
with the heat going.
There you go.
My favorite things
It's
to
still
indulge
great.
in are like cookies and cakes and things, and that's year round. It's not just a summertime thing. So I'm with you on the chocolate.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
I like chocolate.
What?
I do, yeah.
Is there diet chocolate? No, but there is some that has, you know.
If you call dark chocolate.
Yeah, yeah.
I like dark
See,
chocolate.
that's why he eats all the fruit, so that he can then have one of
Indulge
those
in
every
that.
once in a while.
That's right.
Have fun
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah, but this is it, y'all. This is one of my favorite summer treats right here.
Ooh, that looks so good.
Mocha sippy.
I might have
And
to-
they
yeah, I might have to
also
take this one.
yeah, knock yourself out.
Oh.
Knock yourself out. And they also have the mini size. They have a mini sippy.
Mini sippy.
A mini sippy. So if you didn't want this much, that's fine. You can get a mini sippy, which is what I should have told them to do today. But I wanted you to see the whole big thing, man. That's just
It is beautiful,
yummy.
and only at CC's Coffee House can
Only
you
at
get this
CC's.
kind of treat right here.
only at CC's. So we might make people think all we think about is food.
We do. That's true.
We do.
Yeah.
In the South, you do. It's almost a proven fact that if you think about it, and we say this a lot in the tourism industry, when you're at breakfast, you talk about what we're going to eat for lunch. When you're at lunch, you talk about where are we going to go for dinner. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, it's
It's a cycle.
thing. It's a
even
thing.
even during the holidays when family is in and we all they worked all day to cook this meal. They're spending this meal eating, talking about the one for tomorrow.
Or reminiscing on a meal that they
on
had
the one
in the
that we
past.
had.
Yep,
Yep.
that too.
I know when I've been home, during COVID, that's when I discovered this. Because I was about to say vacation, but we're not usually home on vacation. During COVID, as soon as I fixed breakfast and cleaned up the kitchen, not very long, I was in the kitchen doing lunch and cleaning up the kitchen. And then not long after that, I was cooking dinner and cleaning up the kitchen. I
Yep.
thought, this is getting old quick. I mean, really. I mean, you're in the kitchen all
All
day.
day.
That's
You
why
know.
there's DoorDash. Something like that. Order
Hey,
something out.
look, well, not during COVID.
That's right, yeah.
I don't
Shoot.
know anybody
Oh, they
breathing
can't-
on it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but
I know what you
I mean, golly, that
Yeah.
that's a lot.
You find yourself washing didn't I wash this pan already today? And just over and over again.
Over and over again, same cycle. So we do actually do more than just eat, y'all. And in the summer, generally, because people are kind of slowing down, their schedules are slowing down some. Not us, but some
Some
people,
lucky people out
some
there.
people somewhere, their schedules are slowing down, and they may want to indulge in reading because they haven't been able to, the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And so we're going to share with you all some of the books that we're reading for this summer. Now, Sheila and I brought visuals for you.
They're better than us.
Tell me what it's going to be, and I'll pull it up real quick, right? Or write me a little note, and I'll pull up the graphic.
And so we'll go first. We'll talk about Sheila. Tell us about what you're reading.
Okay, so this is one that I just finished a few weeks ago, but it's Riley Sager's Lock Every Door. I'm really into the mystery, suspense, kind of thriller novels, and so I really, really enjoyed this. It's about an
Fun.
apartment sitter in a very unique building in New York City that has quite a cool history. And so it's got a lot of twists and turns. So I really enjoyed that one. So the next one that I'm picking up is another Riley Sager, The House Across the Lake. So
Wow.
I'm not sure exactly what this one's about yet. A recently widowed actress trying to escape a streak of bad press retreats to her family's lake house in Vermont. So,
That sounds interesting.
so I'm pretty excited to get into this one as well. But like I said, I love the mystery novels. I just read Local Girl Missing was pretty good. So
Was that
all
also a
that
Riley Sager
genre.
book?
No, that was Cubic
Okay.
was the last name on that one. So
Yeah.
I like those books that kind of keep me thinking and guessing, and my brain's always trying to figure it out and seeing if I can get it right. So
Seems like a great beach novel or
Yes.
lake novel.
Yes.
Sitting by some kind of body of water and enjoying that.
Some kind of body of water.
Yeah, some kind
Bathtub.
of. I'm not picky. If I'm
fill up the
desperate enough,
bathtub and
yeah,
just,
get a beach chair and just sit up and
sit there and stick your feet in.
Stick your feet in.
Just pretend.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a staycation.
Hey, in this economy, sometimes you gotta do it.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, so yeah, that's really cool. So, um, I like mysteries too, but I like them on the big screen. Or I just like, the series because the Blacklist, was really,
Love The
really good.
Blacklist.
Oh, and I hate that I didn't like the very last episode though. I feel like the writers could have done better than what they did on the very last episode. But to me, that was good. So I do like shows like that that kind of lend itself to a little mystery, a little comedy too in there. Now it doesn't have to be a lot, but the mystery of it is good because I do like to figure it out. But right now, I am reading Dr. Henry Cloud's book.
Love him.
Yes, this is really good on trust. I am an organizational behavior, community culture enthusiast. I mean, that's my jam. I like to figure that out.
Yeah.
And all the things that make that up. And so Dr. Henry Cloud has done a lot of teaching in the leadership area, a leadership arena. And one of the books that he authored is this one. It's called Trust, although he's authored a lot. And he even has a Leadership Institute on his website. But this one is really good because, and it says knowing trust, knowing when to give it, when to withhold it, how to earn it, and how to fix it when it gets broken. So, and the thing that I like about this, and the things that I like about studying stuff about organizational culture and behavior, is because it doesn't just apply to that environment. The smaller subset of that is our individual families.
Yes.
That's the first organization to which we become a member of. And so all of those same principles that work in family work on a larger scale within an organization. I don't know why we feel that things have to be different. We have to be this other person, but it's all the same. And it's interesting as I'm studying this stuff and reading it that I can see the application across my whole life, not just in the segmented part of work.
That's really cool. It's a nice
Yeah.
way to look at it and apply it.
Yeah,
Because you can apply all of those principles across really everything that you do.
exactly. Exactly. We just don't think about it. And sometimes, for someone to draw your attention to it helps you to say what you just did. Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we've been conditioned to think this is the work me.
Right.
Home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I really just, the idea of trust is such a root, factor in so many
It's
things.
foundational.
In, all relationships. So, the fact that it's going down to the root to try and fix that could affect so many other
So
aspects of
many.
your life.
It helps make you
yeah.
a wiser person relationally, too, because it helps you to understand yourself. Because it's not just about other people, it's understanding you.
Right.
And it helps you to understand you and to help you understand other people and how you intersect with other people.
Yes.
So yeah, it's really, really interesting. Dr. Henry Cloud.
All right. Oh,
Are we set?
well, we're both set.
Okay.
So it's like flip a coin. Who wants to go, right?
All right.
Oh, look at y'all.
I'll let you go first this time.
Okay. So I'll put my graphic up. Y'all can't see it, but the audience will see it. The book is called The 6 Secrets of Change. And really, the reason why I'm reading it, I wouldn't have even known about it. It's by an author named Michael Fullen. But I'm in a doctoral program for educational leadership. And so this is one of the first books that they threw at us, The 6 Secrets of Change, which is really talking about how to increase engagement and mobilize action in any organization. It talks about, the author has this great point. It's like learning is not the doing, it is reflecting on the doing. So I thought that was really interesting, his take on that. Like, we can be trained, we can be professionally developed to do a lot of different things. We could sit in a seminar for 3 hours, but A, are we going to actually implement what we learned? And then B, once we implement it, are we going to go back and reflect on what we did to see if it was successful, what we could do better, what we could do differently? And at each iteration, we're supposed to be continually reviewing what it is that we're trying to accomplish to vet and verify if it's actually meaningful and purposeful and also working in our favor or not.
Man, that's accountable learning right
Yeah,
there.
yeah. And he's
Intentionality.
And one of the first secret of the 6 secrets for organizations and leaders is, and know it sounds colloquial, but love your people. And we've talked about that before.
Yeah.
Like that's the number one thing, and then everything else kind of flows from there.
Right.
But it's not
You have
just
to care.
right. But it's not just. He brings empirical evidence, so it's an academic type of book. So it's not like it's just something that somebody said that's anecdotal.
And you got to prove it.
But he's also got, this study says this, and
Yeah.
this research said this, and,
Yep.
and so I thought that was really neat. So Six Secrets of Change, for anybody who's on that organizational leadership bent, check that out. It's an audio book as well. It's a real good text, really good text.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's one thing Ryan and I do share. Is our love for learning in that way for personal and professional development. So good choice, Ryan. I'm proud of you. Yay, you.
You're ready for what your friend across the table has.
Let's do it.
Y'all, I kind of wish I picked a fun novel just because I feel like we're in the lay of, not self-help, but,
Try it.
yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with self-help, Cameron.
Well, and that's what I'm learning. So, I've graduated college, I have a big girl job, and I feel like, I've been learning how to live. Think I got it. I know my laundry's done. I can buy groceries. I can eat healthy on a good day. And so I feel like now I'm trying to focus on, success, how to excel, how to be better, how to grow. And so I've been on Atomic Habits by James Clear.
Yes, that is an
yes.
amazing one.
And
Classic, really.
yes.
Yes.
And I think I'm probably going to have to reread it because that kind of information I need to hear twice. But it's fantastic so far, and I like how everything is backed up by studies, kind of like you were talking about, Ryan, because it makes you feel, like this
It's
is
valid.
this is backed up by science.
Not just somebody had an idea and they said something, but they actually
Exactly.
They had a theory.
Exactly. So it doesn't even feel like a self-help book necessarily. It's more of like this is how you can do
This
things.
is how it is.
This is how you can accomplish things. And so I've just learned a lot about how to alter an environment. Whenever you want to change something about yourself or try to improve something about yourself, you're always like, what's wrong with me? I want to change. I need to change. But it's more about setting up systems around you so that it's easy to pick the right thing, right? So, I want to exercise every day. How do you make it easy to make that happen? And so learning
yeah.
how to do that.
Is it because he talks about like if there's a barrier, even like a 3-second barrier between
Yes.
you and the thing that you want to do, then you're probably not going to.
You'll change your mind.
But if there's right there, like I think maybe it was him or somebody else said you want to learn how to play the guitar. It's like if it's in a closet, in a case,
You're not going to learn.
it's that much harder to unzip the case and to pull it out.
Darn,
But
get
if
it
you
out.
keep it right there next to your
That
easy
is
chair
so
or your
true.
sofa, then
Yep,
you're fine.
you can just sit down and grab it. So that's the book I'm on this summer. I really am excited to learn more about how I can, make things happen and just, to learn how to be healthier and to be more productive. So I'm
James
excited.
Clear, you owe Cameron some money because she is promoting your book.
I bought the audiobook. So, and that's another reason I don't have the hard copy because I'm an audiobook person.
I love the audiobooks because, for that reason, because I listen to them over and over again. I have listened to Simon Sinek's, Start With Why.
Yes, yeah.
Over and over and over again. There are 3 of his books that I have in my library that I listen to them on rotation, and I've mixed in a couple of others that I'll hit back and forth. But the audiobooks are really, really good.
Yeah.
Zig Ziglar said something interesting. He said, we bathe every day, don't we? And we think that that's a good thing. So it's okay to be motivated or read about success or reread and relearn the same things over and over again because we don't discount bathing as
You're
in,
right.
or eating the things that we, so why not keep filling yourself with this food that
And
we're
make
talking
it a
about?
habit,
It's
yeah.
okay, just make it a habit.
Yeah.
I think too, a lot of times if you reread books, you're at different places in your life and different situations and
true.
things are going on. And so I think sometimes even you would find or see new things that maybe you didn't see before because you didn't have that situation to apply it to.
True.
So I have things that'll be in my rotation like that because you will kind of, as you read it again, you'll say, oh wait, that applies over here. And you may
Yeah.
not have thought about that before.
That is truth. That is so true. Yeah.
I agree. What's funny, I'm looking at your books though, and unfortunately I don't read a lot of fiction, but when I do, I find that my writing, like just in a general sense, like my emails all of a sudden get a little bit more creative, or if I'm I'm writing a report, I want to throw in a little suspense. So
Imagery.
I think it's good to have a balance of these nonfiction and fiction books in your library, because I think overall it just all of it blends together
Yeah.
and builds you up, I believe.
You know, and mine doesn't have that diversity, but that's a good point. That's a really good point.
I will have to honestly credit my daughter because I was only reading, you know, books, learning, and things like that. And she really started getting into kind of just reading some books. And we'd go to Books a Million and look around, and I'd start thinking, gosh, I really used to read a lot more, you know, fiction books. And so I started picking those up again, and it really, and it does kind of, I like that break. I like to kind of go back and forth.
And have something
so,
enjoyable.
Yeah.
I think I kind of use the, no, not I kind of, I use the movies as that outlet, because I mean, you know, you all talked about the movies being a summertime thing, but we go to the movies monthly, you know, a couple times a month, you know, sometimes 3 times a month.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I get my comedic fix and my mystery fix sometimes, depending on what movies are out. You know,
Yes.
from that, and then we'll sit home too, and we watch a lot of movies at home. And so while I may not read, you know, comedies or fiction, or you know, I do get my fixes other places for them. Now, what I will read and so thoroughly enjoy, and I don't do it very often because I feel like, man, there's so much I need to know, so much I need to learn. You know, it almost feels guilty to pick up something, some other type of material to read.
That,
It's like I'm
yeah.
running in a deficit in this type of, you know, in this area. But I love autobiographies. I really love, and I love watching those on television, biographies or autobiographies. But I do love reading and learning about other people's journeys, because it's just so interesting. Because sometimes you think you know something about a person, and you could be so surprised by what you learn, you know, from their firsthand accounts, especially. But then I have to remember too, especially in autobiography, they're telling you what they want you to know, and you really never know people. So, but I indulge it for what it is. But I think it's really interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's, you know, to learn of other people's experiences, that is such a vital piece of wisdom that's a little underused because of like communication barriers that we have now. Everything can be kind of surface level, especially in my generation. And so when it comes to like, hey, you know, hearing about somebody's lived experience, learning from that so you don't have to repeat the same mistake, you know, or even learning what they did right and then taking that and internalizing that. And so I think that's, you know, important to learn from people, especially people who are older than you that have lived a lot of life. So, and to promote the movies, I also like going to the movies with Jake because we'll talk about it,
Cameron's
right?
getting married in October.
I am getting married in
Oh,
October.
You see her doing the thing.
I would. I wouldn't even.
Is that why you sit on this side?
I wouldn't.
Yes, so she
Yeah.
can show her. Yeah.
No,
Just kidding.
I wasn't trying to promote that again, but I just thought, you know, seeing a movie with someone is good for relationships because not necessarily somebody else read the same book as you. That's kind of more solo. But if you go see a movie with someone, me and Jake will talk about it for hours after the movie.
Okay,
is
so
done.
I
We
gotta-
will get into
Y'all
it.
dissect
Wait,
the whole
I
thing.
gotta
will.
ask you this: which one of you talk during the movie?
Neither of us talk
That's
during movies.
so wonderful. That's
We
so
might
wonderful.
whisper, you know, just a little thing
Yeah.
like every once in a while, but no, we do not talk during. We don't ask questions. We both are really quiet movie watchers.
Oh, that is so awesome.
Yeah.
My husband will have a whole discussion.
While the movie's going.
I'm like,
During
I
the
can't rewind.
You know, you can't at the movies, and it's like you can't miss the dialogue.
Okay.
Because they'll pick a spot they don't think is important, but you're like, no, this is
Because
important.
I want to see it all. I want to hear every word, and it's like,
Yeah. Survey for the table.
Okay.
all right.
Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, it doesn't matter. When
Uh-huh.
you're streaming a movie at the house,
Okay.
closed captioning / subtitles or no?
Yes.
I like it. I like it because my husband likes to talk. I like it.
You can multitask. I'm gonna say no, because whenever subtitles are on, I'm only reading them.
Correct.
I'm not looking at the visuals.
I feel the same way. I'm missing something up here because I'm looking down here.
Yeah, that's how I am. Because
I
I'll
don't feel
constantly
like I'm
read it.
missing out. I mean, because I do this, and so I'm, but
I can't help
because
that.
Lawrence
Maybe
is
your
right
eyes are
next to
better.
me talking, when I need to go to the captions only, because I got one ear right here, my eyes right there. It helps me to be able to not feel like I missed out on something
Right.
because he's talking.
Survey question number 2. If the movie theater decided to start doing closed captioning or subtitles, would that bother you?
I think it would at the movies.
It has bothered me at the movies before.
I wouldn't want it at the movies. At home, I
Yes.
usually turn them on just because there's so many things going on, and I may miss, and I can kind of, but at the movies, yeah, no, I wouldn't.
And sometimes you may not understand a word or a phrase or something, and you go back, and because at home you can rewind, you go back and rewind so you can look at the subtitles and see exactly what
Did
they
they say
said.
exactly what I thought they said?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? What's your opinion? What's your stance?
Subtitle. I can't. I'm gonna claim the guy thing where you can't do two things at once. Right? Can't multitask. So I'm either gonna watch it or I'm gonna read it, but I'm not gonna do both.
I got you. Yeah.
So here's a movie, just in case y'all didn't know, that my family's excited about. Have y'all seen the Quiet Place series? A Quiet Place.
Yes.
And isn't another one coming out this
Day
summer?
one.
It's the prequel, right?
Yes.
Is that the scary movie?
Yes.
Now, what's interesting
Yeah,
about
no.
that is I don't know that you can have too many subtitles in that one because it's mostly a quiet movie. There's not a lot of verbiage.
Right. Right.
Now,
Oh,
this next
yeah.
one, though, there may be
Oh, that's
more,
right.
because it's
It's
when
the
it
prequel.
first happened. Yeah.
Right.
You
Right.
gotta watch the Quiet.
No, I saw the previews of that. Yeah. No.
It is scary. It's kind of in the
I don't
horror
like
genre.
scary movies. I used
Me
to
and
as a
Jake love
kid, and I think, why did I watch this stuff? No, I'm gonna pass on that.
It's good.
I don't like the
To each his
horror,
own.
the.
No, but it's not senseless. Like it's sort of a supernatural sci-fi vibe to it as well. But it's not
Yeah.
poltergeist. It's just,
Yeah.
it's just a different thing.
I watched that too. Oh God. Yeah. Yeah. I like the chick flicks, as I think people may term it, and I'm so thankful that my husband likes those too. He showed me one last night. He's like, I don't know that if you've seen the previews of this, but I really want to watch this, and it was a total chick flick. I can't even remember now what it was because I was half asleep when he said it, but. It was one, I do remember it was one that I wanted to see that's coming out, but, so I like those, and I like the action movies.
Darren's not gonna take anything that messes with her vibe, her spirit.
Yeah.
No,
The chakras
I am
have to
so
remain
not.
aligned.
Yeah, seriously, no, and I'm not into all the Marvel stuff. I'll go and I'll watch it
Oh.
because I have grandsons and they love it, and my
Oh,
son
he sat
loves
back
it,
on
and my
that.
daughter-in-law loves it. My daughter
Beefing
loves it,
again.
and my son-in-law loves it. Everybody except
Me and
for
Sheila are friends over here.
except for
Same
everybody,
side of the
everybody
table
except for
anymore.
me and Lawrence. No, the rest, our whole crew loves the Marvel stuff, and me and Lawrence are like, yeah.
Well, this will be the
We'll
last time we
watch
see
it.
Darren on the morning blend. She will not be joining us.
It's just not my thing, y'all. I got a lot of things, but that ain't one of them.
Speaking of the next thing, what's the next thing?
The next thing is travel. What's y'all's favorite way to travel?
Oh,
I'll start because I think
I
I'm
could start on this one.
I'm traveling the soonest. So I'll go ahead and I'm going to Pensacola this weekend.
Yes, you are traveling the soonest.
Yes, we're gonna leave Saturday morning and come back on Monday. But yes, so
I have so many opinions on this.
I love going to the beach, and sometimes I'm a lone person on this, but I love the beach so much because you can read by a huge body of water, and I love shells. I love picking up shells. I love the sand. I love how the sand feels. Love everything about the beach. And Jake has been kind of converted to like a beach person. At first, he didn't like it. Here's my theory. I think everyone who's not a beach person just hasn't been to the beach with me yet. So I think
is that what it is?
I think that's the key.
Okay.
I think I'm a key part of it. But yes, so that's where we're going. We're driving. I like flying places. I've only flown once, but I like it. But we can't always afford that. So Yes, I like going tropical places, and then also there's a place that you can go to that if you have like beach fever. I went to the lake yesterday with some girlfriends. The lake, oh my gosh, the one in Jonesboro,
Katie.
Caney Lake. They have a really nice beach area with a food truck, and it's sandy. It's not like beach sand, but there's no glass. It's like or anything like that. It's really really nice. They keep it really good, and there's a splash pad. So another good place for the grands. It was popping too. There's a lot of people there. So yep, highly recommend it.
Cool beans.
All right, Ryan.
Oh,
What you
we're
got?
gonna me?
You're over there waiting. You're like a ticking time bomb over there.
Yeah, because he has so much to say.
I just came off of a trip.
Yes, you
Remember,
did.
I went.
Yes,
we
you
went
did.
to
Yep.
Disney. We drove. So I'm gonna say, depending on the amount of time, Pensacola not so bad. Orlando, that's a problem.
That
Is
is
That's
a
a
long
drive.
ride.
That's a
So
trek.
I would say, anything over 6-7 hours, probably want to get in a plane if you can afford it.
That's my limit for sure.
Driving, the thing about the plane though is that I feel like you're limited in what you can bring. I can put a lot of different things. I can bring beach umbrellas and all kinds of stuff in a car or a SUV, but or even like a bigger suitcase. But when you're on a plane, it's like I'm bringing the one carry-on because I'm gonna be cheap. Bring the carry-on that's about this big and my backpack, and that's it. If I can't fit it in there, I'm not checking
It's
the
not
bag.
exactly.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
need it, right? So I think there's pros and cons. But honestly, one of my favorite things to do that I haven't done in a long time is take a train.
That was that's
That's on
where
my list.
the Amtrak.
I
Yes.
wanna do that.
Yes,
That's on my
yes.
When I was younger, my dad's a big train buff, so when I was young, we used to go to like Chicago and
Oh,
or
fun.
Atlanta, Meridian, Mississippi. There's different routes you can take. We were supposed to go to LA on a train. We didn't do that, but the point of it is, if you can get a comfortable accommodations, if you can get a sleeper car or something like that,
Ooh, yeah.
it's really, really nice. If you can get your own private space, it's a nice thing to do. Relax, enjoy it. Yeah.
Definitely
And
on
here's
my
the
bucket
thing
list.
too with Amtrak. With Amtrak, you can go for day trips. Like you can take a train from Jackson, Mississippi, go down to New Orleans for the day, do what you want to do, and then catch it back. And they also offer vacation packages, where they allow you to just get off the train at this spot. You're off, like a bus ride, you're off for X amount of time, but longer than a bus ride. You're off for X amount of hours, and then you get back on, and then you travel to the next destination, and you get off. Amtrak used to not be that way. It used to be really just they take you from here to there, period. But now they move more into the vacation space. So they're carving out a niche for themselves now, where they're offering vacation packages and vacation experiences.
And Sheila, you might be able to talk to some of this because aren't they building a passenger rail line
So
between
they are
Jackson and
about 5
Shreveport?
years,
Yes,
huh?
they are working on it. So they've got the city of Monroe, city of Ruston, Shreveport, and some other groups have all gotten together to form kind of a cooperative group that's really working on that and pushing it. So it's coming, and that'll be really really exciting. So they've got some space planned out in downtown. That would be a great place for the train station. So it's going to be really really cool when that happens and when that comes.
Absolutely.
Now we've taken the train from Jackson, Mississippi, up to Chicago, and we did have our sleeping quarters, and that was neat because when we paid for that ticket, we also got our meal for that evening, and you go, into this separate car for your meals, and you're there just, and it's kind of communal. You're there with other people, and it's interesting because you get to meet people and talk with them, but you're all in just in this one area. I had the top bunk. Wouldn't recommend it. Would not recommend it, especially if you have to go to a bathroom in the middle of the night.
Oh my.
Because they're bunk beds.
Yep.
And they're small, and the space between that top bunk and the top of the train, it's tight. And so getting in and out of that top bunk is like, oh my gosh, why did I volunteer for this? But once you're laying down, it's really comfortable. It's really comfortable.
As long as you're not claustrophobic, you're okay.
Yeah, as long as you're not claustrophobic, it's fine. But I did really enjoy the train ride. I would like to. We were going to visit family, and so that didn't feel really vacationy, like destination vacation,
Yeah.
I would like to go somewhere where it's more of a destination. This is we're going to visit this place.
For yourself.
Yeah, yeah, and but I do love riding the train. Now, I love flying. That's first. I mean, put me on a plane. I don't want to talk to anybody really. I mean, I don't care who I'm sitting with. I am going to sleep as soon as I get on the plane because normally we take the early morning flight because it's less of a chance of that being delayed versus if you fly later during the day. The later in the day you go, the more likely it is that your flight will be delayed.
Delayed at some
So
point.
we go early in the morning, and then I've already spent time packing probably all the way up until the 12 o'clock hour, getting ready. So I'm tired. Anyway, I get on the plane and I go to sleep, and it is the most beautiful sleep. Except for when you wake up and you realize you never left the tarmac. You still. That happened once.
Oh my god.
I thought we had landed and we had never taken off.
Oh my gosh.
That must have been some deep sleep.
It's tired. It's tired, but yeah, that's my favorite way to travel. But I think the most interesting way to travel so far that I know of is the train. I think that is a really interesting
It's
experience.
amazing that you didn't say anything about a cruise.
I do
That's
like
true.
a cruise. I do like a cruise, but that's a vacation. I mean, I don't even look at that as travel. That's more of a vacation destination
The ship itself.
because everything is on there. And we're gonna talk about cruises in our next segment,
Fair enough.
in our next summer show. But yeah,
I've not done the train. That is on my list, but I'm kind of where y'all are. If it's 6 or 7 hours, I can drive that. But above that, I would much rather fly. Apparently, I need to go to the beach with you. I'm not a beach girl. My family loves the beach, so I go. We're going in 2 weeks, so yeah. So I go. Sand just gets everywhere. It is the
Yes.
beach though, so that makes
Yes.
sense. But I do go, and I do end up having fun when we go.
Yeah.
But I really like trips where you go somewhere and really just get immersed in that destination, in that place. I like to go find all the local restaurants. I like to find all the little things that you can do, the cool museums or things like that you can check out, or whatever kind of attractions they have. And a lot of times I travel a lot for work. And so while it seems like I'll go to a lot of different places, I usually go to the conference venue, and that's what I see from my
See
hotel room.
downtown.
Because I do work in the tourism industry, though, some of our conferences will usually plan outside events and things. So I do get to do a little bit of fun stuff, but I really enjoy just going to different cities and walking around and
Yes.
just kind
Yes.
of looking and experiencing and seeing the different
Yes.
architecture and neighborhoods and things like that. So I probably in my lifetime walk the most when I travel and go somewhere. And I probably wouldn't walk to the store from my house, but I would probably walk that same distance if I went to another city,
Yep.
and just was kind of traveling around and just, exploring the area. So
For sure.
I really do like that.
Well, 100% agreed.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then if you can park your vehicle, walk, or you are willing to take the transit system that they have in the
Yeah,
city,
yeah,
I love
then
it.
that's nice. I'm
Yeah.
with you 100%.
Okay. Not parting words. Well, last words for this show.
Wait, we're actually going to get off, and it's only been an
I
hour
know.
and 10 minutes.
I know.
Whoa.
Okay. So, we're not done yet.
Yeah, we'll
so,
see.
words of advice to our audience on how to enjoy the summer. Words of advice. Oh, Ryan, don't
If you're
try
working,
evens. If
It's
you're
like
working-
summer's just like year round, It's like, yeah.
But how do you enjoy the summer? Words of advice on how to enjoy your summer.
So that has to start early, right? So we're talking about how do I enjoy the summer? Well, you got to plan for the summer. You got to in January and December, whatever. You got to be making sure.
Okay, suppose they hadn't planned it. You're talking to them today.
You asked me. I'm
So
telling
you tell them from
No,
today,
I'm-
Ryan.
You're gonna give the today. I'm gonna give the right. Hopefully you've carved out that time. You were intentional, right? We're talking about to make sure that you make space for the family trips and the pleasure trips and whatnot. But if you are starting today,
Thank you.
if you're starting today, I'm gonna let Cameron talk about it.
As someone who has not prepared for this summer in any capacity to enjoy it, I think the best thing you can do is, and this is something I'm struggling with, to not stress. And the way you do that is to, one, do your best with the time you're given, but cut it off when that time is over. So you're done with work, 4:35, whatever time you're supposed to be done with work, be done with work. You worked all day. You put as much time as you could, as much energy as you could into these things. Go home and enjoy what you do for the summer. Spend time with your family. Try to, carve out your weekends, some for studying, some for reading, some for fun reading. But, leave work at work and then be home whenever you're home. I
Yes.
think is the best way is just to be present
Yep.
whenever wherever you are.
Yep.
Yeah.
For me, I would say, especially if you're not going anywhere, this is just for the, you're here for the summer or when you're here and not on vacation. Shameless plug, visit our website, monroe-westmonroe.org.
Hey,
Yes.
I like it.
And
Do
check out
local
that calendar of
things.
events and carve out like the time to kind of check out those local events and kind of maybe take yourself away from your normal, the usual thing that you do. Find events or attractions or things that you wouldn't normally go to.
That's so important, right? Branching out.
Yeah,
Not just
yeah.
the things that you know you'll like, but the things that I don't know.
And you don't have to spend all your money to do that either. Many of these things, some of them are free, some of them are super
Or
cheap.
super low cost. Our zoo is incredible and has a splash pad for
Yeah.
the kids and a jungle cruise ride and a train ride. So you can do a lot just staying in this area. Places like the Biedenhorn Museum and Gardens is doing kind of like a movie night in the garden. And so
Nice.
those are some fun, different things that you can go, take your family or just a date, kind of go and enjoy those kind of things. And so there's a lot of ways that you can carve out that time here that when work ends, find something else to go do and kind of maybe step outside of what you normally do and get a different and new experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah, all of those things really build on each other. I mean, you could compile, even you, Ryan, you compile all of you all's comments and really apply them, and you could have a great summer. I think one other important thing to remember is to don't 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 step over what may seem like benign or mundane moments, because no one ever walks into something and says, well, most people don't, and most memories aren't made this way. You don't step into them and say, I'm getting ready to make a memory. It just happens.
Right.
It just happens. So, I mean, my advice would be to just live. Just live. Take Sheila's advice and Cameron's advice and Ryan's advice. Plan for the things that you can. But when you don't have a plan in place, do something. Do something, and don't trivialize the everyday stuff. You may not have the funds to go and do something big. Well, do what you can. Do what you can, because it's being present
You're exactly
that
right.
matters.
And one thing that I know to be true is that a lot of those mundane moments end up being what you look back on the most whenever you're remembering things. Whenever I lived in that apartment in college, and we, on a Tuesday night we would just get together and watch something, or just simple things like that really are the things that you're the most nostalgic about a lot of times. So yeah,
Because
don't step
they-
over those. Those are precious.
Yeah, because those things evoked feelings, and you'll remember what you felt about that time,
Yeah.
which will make that memory stick. Okay, so something that we want you all to remember. We will not be airing next week. Our summer series is going to be every other week. So we won't see you next week, so we want you to remember that. But we will see you the week after, and during that podcast, we will be at Monroe's Restaurant right here in Monroe, owned by Roy Arthur, so we'll be hanging out there. All right.
Well, sounds like a plan. Can't wait for it. More good food, more good discussion.
Yeah. Almost forgot the one critical thing. It's not morning. It won't be in the morning
Oh yeah.
because
Oh.
Monroe's is open at lunchtime. So
I'm gonna lunch blend.
it'll be the lunch blend.
Yeah.
Change the graphic, Karen.
so-
Just give me
Yeah.
more work.
So look, Sheila, we'll be doing some more eating.
There you go.
Thank you so much for being on, Sheila.
Yeah,
We so
Absolutely.
enjoyed you being
Thanks
here.
for having me.
You were such a blast.
All right. Well, bye, everybody. See you next time.